y'all, so as y'all can see, I made it home. Um, I'm almost to the point to where my office is almost set up. So as you guys can see, we're gonna have the same mukbang area. It's basically the same. I just have to finish decorating the rest of the room. Um, so today has been a shitty day, and I'm in my feelings because I have spent the last 6 months in limbo, basically trying to rebuild. And I know some of you guys may not understand that, and I understand that everybody goes through tough times, but y'all have no idea what people go through behind the scenes on YouTube. I don't tell y'all everything that's going on. So when I make comments, I feel like my life is being shitted on. Those That's really how I feel. You guys have absolutely no idea what the last 10 months have been like. And eventually I will sit down and do a whole video. But the last thing I needed was for my car to break down. And I know cars break down, but this car had shown no signs of anything being wrong with it. I had just got one of the tires fixed. I take my car in for regular maintenance. Um, Even though it's a 2006, I get my oil changed. I really have taken care of my car. So it was a bit of a shocker to be on the side of the interstate in Virginia. When all I was trying to do was just move my stuff back down to North Carolina so that I could start getting ready for work. So, yes, I do feel like crap right now. I lost everything during the pandemic. I mean, I might not have lost like as much as some people, but I lost my whole catering business. And I never really talked to y'all about that, but I had just built my catering business up from the ground. But I hadn't had a real stable or steady job most of the time that I've been married or been with my husband since he's military. So I finally got my business up and running, and then COVID hit. And I didn't just lose a couple of $100, y'all. I lost a lot of money. And a lot of you guys saw me work for years to build that catering business. Now I knew I was gonna have to disband it at some point to move, and I had a plan for that to how I was going to reopen my catering company once we got to where we were gonna be. But like I said, COVID pretty much destroyed it. So I'm in my feelings because I really have been working overtime to stay positive. To the point to where I get up and I try to speak positive about everything. Like, and I'm literally 2 weeks away and it's not the fact that I can't get to work because my job is about 2 miles. It's the fact that I can't afford another car right now. I have worked so hard to get to this point. And I would just like for things to flow smoothly for once in my life. For once. I'm not talking about having a perfect life with no problems, but I've had a tumultuous life. And all I want to do is come down here and go to work. I don't think so. People say that. You know how many people tell people what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? You know how many people commit suicide? They walk around smiling all day because they think they're people are telling them that it's not that bad in their head and that they're okay. That that whole sentence right there is why people don't talk about when they're depressed and sad, because people tell them that and then they put on a face like they're happy, and the next thing you know, somebody finds them dead. A person can only take so much. I'm just not at that point, and I won't let myself get there. But that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Some people are not that strong. And most people who commit suicide are often thought of as strong. And everybody thinks that they can handle everything. And everybody, they're always checking on everybody and they're always taking care of everybody. And those are the people who you need to check on the most. Like, sometimes people get tired of being strong and it only takes one straw to break the camel back and it's too late. And it can be something so simple. And why is it that we have to be that strong? Sometimes what doesn't kill you makes you stronger will actually kill some people because some people are just not set up. Now, I'm not saying that to be mean, but I know somebody who committed suicide and people would tell him that. And he was also very strong. He was always taking care of everybody. He never talked about his problems. Nobody ever checked on him because he can handle it. He got it. And basically they went away. He was having a rough week and he was talking to people and nobody was listening. They went out of town. They came back. They found him dead. He blew his brains out. And this was the person everybody was, he was always so happy. He was also strong. We never thought he would have did anything like that. And those are the people you need to be concerned about. Not the people walking around crying or doing people who are hiding their depression and their sadness. Like, that's who you really need to be concerned about. When people show emotion and they express how they're feeling, they're letting that negativity out. Me holding in and not talking about how I feel, that doesn't help you. You need to let that stuff out. When people hold it in, it keeps building and keeps building and building. And that's when you get people who become suicidal. We're not often taught in the African American community to express ourselves when we're sad or we're upset or we're displeased, especially as women. We always have to be strong. It's like they raise us to take as many punches in the face and we still have to keep smiling. Why do we have to always be that strong? That's the question. Why is it that people never check on the strong people? So when I was venting to y'all today, I was just letting y'all know that I'm human and I go through things like everybody else. And I'm sad and it is depressing. And it's hurtful, you know. Some people are mentally stronger than others, but you don't live inside somebody's head. And I know a lot of people that people deem strong, and they're not as strong as they think people think. It's the quiet people who are always smiling and taking care of everybody else, who seem to be the strongest, who are not the strongest. It takes a lot to express your emotions, healthy or unhealthy, especially when you grow up in a community or in a culture where you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to flinch, you're not supposed to show a sign of weakness. That is toxic. And that's why a lot of people are walking around dealing with anxiety, because they don't really say how they feel, or they're trying to put on a facade that they're strong. Like, I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. If something is bothering me or hurting me, I have learned to get it out. I'm not holding it in. And if you've been following my channel for a while, I used to be one of those people. And I was in intensive therapy. And it's documented on my channel about me going through therapy, me dealing with issues with my dad. How my dad didn't allow me to get a chance to see my nephew because he was being petty. I had a breakdown on the internet. If in any moment somebody tells you that they feel like God forsake them, or they feel like he's shitting on them, that emotion that they're feeling is real. And there's nothing wrong with that. Questioning or asking why things are happening to you. We have this toxic, in the black community, we have this toxic relationship with God. Sometimes you need to ask him why, and then ask him for guidance. There's nothing wrong with questioning. People say you shouldn't question God. He's doing everything for a reason. Why not? Why can't we ask him why and how can I help myself? I don't live my life or my mental health standards by what I was taught as a child or what I was taught as a black woman, because it almost drove me crazy. Sometimes you have to ask questions to hear yourself out loud. And when I say that today, that's how I really felt. I don't feel like I was speaking negativity to my life, or I was inviting the devil in, or I was just being negative. Like, you try being broke down on the side of a road. It's raining. The wind is blowing. Tractor trailers are passing you by. All you're trying to do is get home to start a job that you're excited about. Start your life when your life has been in limbo. My life has been in limbo. And you guys hardly ever hear me complain about it. And through everything I've been through, I still manage to smile a lot of days when I should probably be crying. I'm human. I have emotions. And I'm going to recommend to some of you guys after y'all watch this video, when you're hurting or you're sad, don't hold it in. Tell people just how you feel. Say just how you feel and go sit in a corner and cry until you feel better. And then if that doesn't work, get naked, go sit in the shower on the floor and cry again. And get it out and talk about it. Write it on a piece of paper and burn it. You have to release how you're feeling when stuff is going wrong in your life. Oh, yeah. It's a whole section of my channel talking about me going to therapy, dealing with my abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse. It's a whole section of my channel. I'm just lucky that I don't look like what I've been through. But today, I look like it. And tomorrow, I won't feel this way. But this is how I feel right now. And it's okay to acknowledge it. As Black women, we need to learn how to acknowledge our pain and just stop pushing through it and moving on. Because then we carry it inside and we end up letting it build up, and we sometimes unleash it on people who are closest to us. You got a lot of hurt Black women who don't know how to deal with their emotions because they're taught to be strong. Don't cry. Don't talk about it. Just get over it. And then all of a sudden, you become what they call the angry Black woman. Why? Because you're holding everything inside. You're holding all the pain, all the hurt, and then you just keep dragging it with you. I'm not going to do that. If I have a bad day, I say it. If I feel like the world has stumped my toe and slammed my head between the door, I do it. I say it. And it helps me to get up the next morning and start over. But holding it in, trying to be strong, laughing everything off that goes wrong, I did that for years. And that is toxic. And the whole notion of a strong Black woman is toxic too. It takes away our femininity. It robs us of being treated like a human, being treated delicately, being treated with kindness by our males, by people in the world. I feel like Black women are mistreated and not valued and not taken serious because everybody looks at us and say, oh, the strong Black woman. No, the strong Black woman can sometimes be built out of toxicity. Because all the things she's had to deal with in her life. Yeah, she's strong, but she's strong for all the wrong reasons. She's strong because she's learning how to cope, not live. It's a difference between surviving and living. And the strong Black woman, a lot of the times, is coping and surviving. She's not living her life and she's not thriving. How many of y'all wake up in the morning and sit on the side of the bed and take a deep breath? Titty falling all out your shirt, hair looking crazy as hell, and you think I gotta get up and do this shit again? How many of y'all do that? You got motherfuckers in your house that make you unhappy, people in your life that make you unhappy, but because they family or they been around for a long time, you keep them around and they toxic as fuck. And every time something go wrong in their life, they run to you and you fix it. Cause you strong. You got everybody back. They can depend on you, but who can you depend on? And when you tell them you're going through something, oh, you strong, you can handle it. And inside you fucking cracking up, your heart racing, your armpits sweating. Now you done created your own hell and anxiety because you ain't express your emotions. And then when you do learn how to express them, it comes out in a very unhealthy, volatile way. Trust me, I know. I got the anger management papers to prove it. And that's what you have to do. Fix you. Y'all, I have little to no family contact with my family. And it used to hurt. Hey, Howard. And it used to bother me. But I realized after the last episode I had with them that it was time to let them go. And I am not through cutting people out of my life. Oh, me just on a rant. So, give me a second. I have some books that I pulled out that helped me to express myself. I know y'all don't think of me as a reader. And I'm going to share these with y'all. So the first book that helped me to get past the fear of talking about my sexual assault or feeling shame and angry because my family didn't want me to talk about it. They wanted us to hide it. My therapist recommended this to me 3 years ago. And it's The Courage to Heal, the guide for women surviving childhood sexual abuse. This book, find it and read it if you're dealing with that. Because that's going to help you learn how to heal and get rid of the toxicity. Why I feel the way I feel about Christianity and what people say. This book right here. When Christians Get It Wrong. Find this book. Battlefield of the Mind. Get this book and read it 20 times. So when I express myself today, all of these books I've read, all of the therapy that I went through, it allows me to express myself, which may come off as crazy and upset to some people, and strange. It has I won't wake up in the morning and feel the way I felt today when I did my first video. And yes, I'm allowed to say I feel like God is shitting on me. Because how many of us feel that way but don't say it? How many of you sit in your house and think, God, why is this happening to me? And then somebody tells you, you're not supposed to question God. Well, why not? What's wrong with asking why and what I need to, and asking for guidance and then praying about it and meditating on the situation? Nothing's wrong with that. Learn to say how you feel in the moment. Learn to cry in the moment. If you gotta walk away, go sit in your car, like they be like, he gonna cry in the car? Well, he did probably cry in the car. How many times you cried in your car? How many of y'all get y'all ass out of work and get in your driveway or your parking spot and your day is so fucked up and you just let people break your nerves and you just sit there for 20 minutes in the car staring? That's anxiety, y'all. That's your body being hyped up all day because motherfuckers getting on your nerves and you just sitting there because you can't figure out how to tell them off without losing your job or not cussing them out. So you just sitting in the car. Now you go in the house and everybody in the house got on your damn nerves because you done brought that home because you don't know how to tell people no, or how to put people in their place without cussing them out because you never learned how to deal with conflict in a positive way, and you just hold stuff in. So by the time you get home, you done snapped on everybody, you done cussed everybody out on the way home. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't express yourself in the moment in an appropriate way, and it just builds up. It's toxic. And it comes out on the people you love the most, your kids, your husband, your friends, the lady in the store who bumped into you by accident. I'm just saying. Just so don't ever tell somebody what doesn't kill you make you strong, because some of the strongest people who we think are strong, who walk around laughing, helping everybody, taking care of everybody, you don't know what dark thoughts they're having in their head or what they're going through. And sometimes the people are always smiling and laughing and taking care of everybody else. Nobody ever stops to think and ask them if they're okay. And they might come to you that one time and you tell them that. And then they're going to go home and they hurt themselves. How you going to feel? Sometimes I was so sad and depressed. I wish somebody would have asked me, are you okay? How are you doing? Plenty of times. So let's get out of that type of thinking. What doesn't kill you make you strong. No, you've just learned coping mechanisms. And you're not living, you're surviving. And let's learn the difference between a strong black woman who's living and thriving and a strong black woman who's coping and surviving. Because there's two of them. I think people don't realize how bad of a situation it is when they say that. And I think in the black community, why people say that is because that's what we were taught by our grandparents. And they were taught by their parents and their parents. And they are just taught that as a way to survive. Like, it didn't kill you, so it made you stronger. And that was a way for them to deal with the day-to-day things that they face, the extreme racism, the harsh treatment on their jobs, being raped, watching their loved ones being killed and pummeled. A lot of the things that come out of the black community, um, that most people see as strong, is actually very toxic. It doesn't teach us how to survive outside of our communities sometimes. It teaches us how to survive. It doesn't teach us how to flourish. Oh, further back than that. I'm almost sure of that. Stress will kill you faster than a bullet. drive to go back up to Virginia. I have to figure out how I'm gonna finish working out the rest of my week. My week is crazy. I had planned on doing something for my coworker. Oh yeah. People don't talk about a lot of things. You have a lot of family secrets, a lot of forced, what I call forced survival skills. They force you to learn how to survive instead of teaching you how to live, because they never learned how to live. And a lot of times when you see people, not just in the African American community, if you grow up in a poor white community, they're still teaching them how to survive. Most people who know how to live come from some form of wealth, or they are established and they were taught how to live, which can have its downfalls too, because if you always taught how to live, then when something happened, your ass don't know how to survive. And that's why they usually say only the strong will survive. And in a sense, it's a double-edged sword. You need to have a little bit of both. You need to know how to live your life, and you also need to know how to survive and get through life when things happen. And a lot of times, not just in the African American community, I'm starting to think in this country, it's either or. You you on one side of the fence, and only the people who are really successful learn how to stay in the middle lane. Like, they know how to live their lives and they know how to survive when something happens. If you're too far this way on, I'm just living my life, then when something goes wrong and you have to switch into survive mode, you're gonna drop. Or if you're too far into survive mode, you're never gonna be able to enjoy anything in life and learn how to live. So you need to have balance. And I'm at a point in my life to where I understand it and I have balance. And it's taken me a long time and countless hours, thousands of dollars in therapy. Like, I got student loans, y'all, and I want to say 80% of my student loans was to pay for therapy because I had no insurance. I was that jacked up. Because at that point in my life, I was going to either hurt somebody or hurt myself. And that's the truth. I feel old when I'm at work because I work with a lot of young people. And I find that a lot of people, a lot of their parents that are maybe 10 years older than me, a couple years older than me, they're teaching their daughters how to survive. They're not teaching them how to live. Like, some of them, basic things, like their parents just haven't taught them. Or the conversations I have with them, it's shocking to see how much they're hurting. Looking, it's like looking at myself 15, 16 years ago. And it's hard to watch them, some of them. Especially one in particular. So my trauma started at an early age. I would sometimes find my mom in the closet crying. And mental health is real. So, yes, my day sucked. And am I allowed to be angry? Yes. Am I allowed to vent? Yes. Am I allowed to say I felt like I got shitted on today? I did. That's how I felt. And it was a very valid feeling. And I know it might have shocked some people. But that's how I was feeling. Have y'all, look, my lace, my lace even telling, you see that? Do you see that? My lace is even mad at me today, okay? I had on some slides on the side in the car. My boots was in the trunk. I had to get out of the car in the rain with the wind blowing, with tractor trailers passing me by to get my boots. All my coats were packed in my suitcase. Only thing I had was my fur coat, so I'm looking crazy as hell. Hair all over my head on the side of the road, car fucking smoking, in some house shoes with a Michael Kors bag and a cell phone. I look like a rich bitch from Beverly Hills who lost all her money on the side of the road. That's what I was looking like today. Okay? It was rough. And that's a possibility that they can fix my car, but it's a possibility they can't. So that means every dime I go to work and make, everything that I make for the next 4 or 5 months, I have to save. I'm lucky that I am going to have a job where I can save the money to get a new car, because I know it's a lot of people out there who's not. And I'm not saying, I know that there are people who are hurting worse than I am. But just because somebody's in a worse situation than you, yes, you should be grateful, but you still should acknowledge how you feel. And you should definitely acknowledge how they feel. Just because somebody is worse off than you and they're suffering more than you does not negate your feelings or how you feel or how you're suffering or how you're holding up emotional. You should be thankful that you're not in their situation, but you should also acknowledge what you're going through. And the people around you should acknowledge it too. That's a healthy friendship. That's a healthy self relationship. Like I know people are hurting, you know? Hell, I'm hurting too. And it's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to say I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm having a bad day. God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to get home. My car break down on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. I feel like I'm being shitted on. All I'm trying to do is live my life. You heard me say live my life, not survive. Never. But sometimes we minimize our own problems. Because sometimes as women, our problems never come first. Everybody around us do. And I'm so guilty of it. I take care of everybody around me. And sometimes I forget to take care of myself. Sometimes emotionally. And then it starts to show physically. Acknowledging your own pain doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge other people's struggle and misfortune. That does not mean that. Here I am in the grocery store about to break down and cry. I literally have 4 jobs on the table right now. I already know which job I'm taking. But the vast amount of employment I had and the option I have. If I did not want the job that I want, I would be limited because they're in different parts of the city. I'm blessed to be going to work as a baker and work in this restaurant and help them open. Bro, I don't even worry, honey. I don't even talk to my own family. I don't worry about if people get upset with me. There's only one person I worry about if they're upset with me, and I'll ask them. Other than that, if I know that I'm doing what's right for me, then I just let it go. And what I'm learning and what I had to learn is learn how to say motherfucking no. Learn how to say no, and when you say no, and they ask you why, learn how to say because I said so. And I'm grown and I don't have to explain myself to you as to why I don't want to do something for you and how it's going to affect me if I decide to do it for you. You don't owe somebody an explanation to why you can't do something. All they need to do as a person, if they care about you, is respect that. I'm trying to teach y'all some of the things I've learned over the years that was very painful and hard to learn. I wish somebody would have told me. Growth is painful. And I'm not gonna lie, I've lost a lot of people along the way. I lost a lot of people, but I found myself and I realized the people who really do love me. Like everybody everybody thinks that Frida needs me or that I take care of her. And yes, I do love her and I do a lot of things for her, but have you guys ever considered the fact that just maybe I need Frida for different reasons? Everybody's always you should have Frida with you, or you should, this and that. But people never ever think that maybe I need baby Frida more than she needs me. Isn't that something? I need her more than she needs me because baby Frida is my safe zone. She loves me more than anybody in this world, and I know that. And when I don't feel safe and I don't feel loved, she pours it into me. Like I'm always pouring my love and care into her constantly. And I'm never needing it back. But when I need it, she pours into me. She rubs my head and my back and she gives me kisses. And she tells me that it's okay. So sometimes I need her more than she needs me. And it should be that way with the people you love. You should be able to switch back and forth on who you're giving love to. Yeah. So, and it wasn't always like that. I had to learn how to let her love me. My sister. Everybody think that she needs me, but I need her. When I need her to fill my love cup up, she pours a lot of love into me. She actually rubs my head and give me kisses. So, and I have to tell her and my baby sister that because everybody thinks that I'm always taking care of them and that they need me. But the truth is sometimes I need them more. I I need them for reasons that don't require financial or me or them doing something for me. I just be needing their love and their affection. And we meet each other needs as they come. And that's why me and my sisters are so close. Yes, I made it home. So yeah. But that's my baby. And if I'm ever about to do something crazy, Baby Frida is the only person who can stop me from literally smashing your brains in. Literally. She is the only person who can stop me from losing my shit when somebody has done something that just ain't right. She will literally grab my hand and say, "Come on, let's go." Or when I'm sad. So I am going to be working at a new restaurant here in Durham. When the restaurant opens, I will let you guys know. My boss already knows that I do social media. Um, he's a nice guy. I think I'm gonna really enjoy working with him and learning from him. I think we can learn some good things from each other. Um, I'm excited to be going back in the kitchen. I broke a nail the other night at work, but I'm gonna have to take my nails off. Um, but overall, I'm excited to be going back into the culinary industry. Um, it's not that far, like I said, to work. What else? I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to start my life here in Durham. I'm also gonna start working on my real estate license very, very soon. So I love the kitchen. It's my safe space. When I'm upset, I cook a lot. But we ain't got no groceries because I don't hardly shop because I'm hardly here. So we have to do a empty cup. My cupboard's not empty. I just don't have a lot of cupboard space in this apartment like we had in the house because there's no pantry. So I will be doing a pantry update. I guess once I get everything in the kitchen, I'm gonna do a video just showing you guys how I have my kitchen set up, all my dishes. You're gonna see just how OCD I am. I don't like plastic. I only drink out of plastic at restaurants and stuff. So I don't have that many plastic cups. I only like glass. I only like eating off of white plates or glass plates, like the kind of glass you can see through. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about my kitchen and everything I have in there and some things that I want to put into the kitchen. Like I want an air fryer. I want an air fryer. And next week, I think next week I'm gonna be getting a PO box. I didn't really get anything in the last PO box, so I'm kind of debating if I really even should get one. Um, I get a lot of people saying I need a PO box. I need to put my Cash App in the description. Uh, a lot of things like that, but I just don't. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. Um, Yeah. But I'm excited. I had a really rough, ugly day. It was horrible. Yeah, that's true with that kind of floor. So I think I don't know, I'm thinking maybe if I save every dime I make, probably in the next, if they can't fix my car, I know my day will be better tomorrow. I know it. But today was pretty shitty. It was cold. And it's been cold up in this part of the country. And it's been raining. Like last week, I couldn't even get back up to Virginia because the wind and the rain and the ice. And even today, when I was driving through Virginia, before my car decided to die, um, I had just pulled off the interstate because it was raining so hard. I actually had a limb to fall from a tree and hit my windshield. Luckily, my windshield didn't crack. And the wind was blowing. The tractor trailers they was just, and people were getting off. Like when I pulled off to get off at the gas station, it was so many people who pulled off the road. So I'm glad that my car did not go crazy at that point, because literally my car lost acceleration and I was able to pull over because it was like going, I was at like 70 and then it just started like getting slower. I couldn't hit the gas. So I had a truck behind me. I tried to maintain speed and then I put my hazard lights on. He slowed down and I pulled over to the shoulder. But I just keep thinking like, what if I hadn't pulled off? Like, and that's another reason why I'm kind of fucking distraught too. Because what if I would not have pulled off when that rain and that wind came? It was an 18 wheeler behind me, y'all. If my car would have did that with the amount of rain and the wind blowing, and he couldn't have saw my hazard lights, he could have slammed into the back of my ass, literally. So that in itself already made my nerves bad. So yes, I was very in my feelings today. And I'm gonna go to sleep tonight in my feelings. I'm gonna go take a shower, meditate. Stressful, honey? Yes. And then there was no bathroom, and y'all know I eat vegetables predominantly. I wanted to shit, and I had just ate a whole salad with quinoa and spinach and artichoke hearts, and I had just had a pear, and then something scary happens, and my guts was bubbling. I almost shitted on myself. I definitely say he did protect me because it's something in me said get off the interstate. This weather is too bad, and that's what had my nerves on 10, 25, 30. For real, because that could have been so bad. That could have been terrible in more ways than one. And then the state trooper stopped by. Was like, "Do you have a tow truck coming? Are you okay?" Didn't ask me if I was cold, if I need to sit in the car and warm up or nothing. That mug checked on me and drove the fuck off. Thanks, Virginia State Trooper. They'll write you a ticket in a minute. And they will. And then another one came by 40 minutes later and kept driving. And I'm a woman on the side of the road. Hood pop open. Y'all, when y'all saw me, y'all didn't have the whole story. I was fucking done. And the only thing that made me feel better is the people at the car shop. They were so nice. They let me come in out of the cold. They talked to me. He told me he was going to do everything he could, and I believe it, to try to see if he could fix my car. You know what? Probably not, because I'm hiding in the house tomorrow. I'm not going into the outside world tomorrow. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going out into the outside world tomorrow. Because I know that my energy is on the negative a little bit, and I know that I'll feel better in the morning. But I'm not going out into the outside world tomorrow. I'm going to stay home. I'm probably going to go for a walk. And finish my office. Put my office back together. I got to get rid of some of these bags and stuff. Put my office together. Unpack my makeup out of the bags. I need to find a storage unit for all of my catering supplies. Catering stuff. I know one day, especially after COVID, I will probably be catering again, doing small things. But you know what I'm looking forward to the most? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna absolutely chill tomorrow. The only thing I keep thinking about is like, I think I have my dream job. And I enjoyed the interview process. When I went in, well, the first day I went, he wasn't there. He had to go for training, and we got mixed up, so I went back. But the energy was good, and I'm always willing to learn. And I think this is. I know that the move here. Even though it was before I was expecting to fully move down here, it's crazy that my car didn't die in Virginia. It died in Virginia, but not in Virginia Beach. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be right now. I am. And y'all, I got this huge tub. Like, I gotta do my bathroom. I got this huge tub that I soak in. So I need to find me some bathroom accessories. What else? I gotta order an adapter for my mic that attaches to my phone and to my camera. Well, no, just to the phone, so I can set up. So as y'all can see, that this is gonna be the mukbang setup like the last time. I think I'm gonna put like a plant or something behind me. I'm gonna go and see if I can get some some more curtains to put in between here, because the window is the same length, but the curtains don't go all the way to the floor. I mean, y'all can't see them, but they just look really sheer. They don't look as like thick and full as they did. So I'm gonna see when I go to Fayetteville if they have these, or I'm gonna call my friend in Fort Rucker and see if they have some more of this kind. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but Yeah. Uh, it's a lot. Like, I wasn't expecting to have to get a car. I was really planning on taking my first two paychecks and saving them and going to get me a Mac computer, a desktop. Because I had some things I was trying to do in the next 3 months, including y'all cookbook. Um, and my computer just don't do too well. So I was really planning on buying me a book, a computer, and I was gonna be sneaking and recording the videos because, like I told y'all, with the cookbook, the first one is gonna be all cakes. I'm going to record the videos, and when you buy the cookbook, you can have the recipe, and you can also do the recipe with me and the cookbook right there in front of you. So I've been trying to find a site, and I think I'm gonna end up really putting it on Squarespace. But yeah. So I was trying to decide if I was gonna do it digital, a digital cookbook, or like a book book. But that's on hold now. I have so many plans. I had so many things I wanted to get do, and not having a car and trying to save to get a car has just really got my tickle in a pickle. So yeah, I got suitcases and stuff everywhere. My office is a hot mess. I gotta go through and get rid of some shoes. I'm trying to get rid of things that I don't wear. Uh, so yeah, I got a lot to do, and I plan on getting a great majority of stuff done. So that's not it. That's one of them. So I bought these little kits right here to test out putting the cookbooks together like this to see if I wanted to sell it in this format with the ringlet. So I can just print it from my computer and then ship it. But that's just, I bought a couple of them to see which ones I like. And this is the smaller one. But it basically comes with the rings in it. And you basically clamp it together. Um, you know, and this is the spine of it. And you just print the pages. So I can do it like that from home, or I can order it. That's what my plan was to do. I've been trying to do a lot of things behind the scenes, y'all, but you know, things happen. I wanted to have it out before Christmas, but you know, we didn't get into our place until like a couple days before Christmas. And I wanted to do it in January, but going back and forth. And I ain't gonna happen. But since I ain't got no car and I can't run these streets, um, I guess I'll go ahead and do as much as I can. Um, I actually have all of the recipes. I just need to write out the instructions, which I need to test the instructions out to make sure that they're foolproof. Because I've seen other YouTubers put out books and the instructions aren't right in the books or the measurements and shit. So I'm not trying to do that. Because I'm going to design the way I want to do the cookbooks, because it's going to be one every 4 months. The way I want to do it is instructional based, and even if you don't watch the video, you can check and you know keep looking back and forth. I want to put pictures in there to show you what like after you mix in the eggs and stuff, this is step 1. Step 2, this is what it should look like. So it's gonna really be, I'm kind of thinking along the lines of like how our textbooks were in culinary school. It showed you at each step of what it should look like what the dry ingredients should look like. It tells you why you use certain things in it, and it helps you kind of to understand baking, but the science behind it, and if something looks too wet or too dry, why you shouldn't add flour. Just stuff I talk about in the videos so that it can help people to be able to make those cakes and not waste your money. You get it right the first time around. So yeah, that's what your girl was trying to do, but we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. So yeah, I'm here now. I just have to go make one more trip to Virginia. I need to call my manager. Like, I feel like a flake, because it's just been crazy getting back and forth. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of flaky. I was supposed to take my homegirl driving I work with, because she's trying to get a license. I can't even take her driving. Like, I was like, oh yeah, we gonna go driving. I can't even do that because my car dead. She dead. And another thing, my feelings hurt. You ever have a car and you love that car? Like, I love my car. I always get her oil changed. I keep her tires rotated. Like, every time I take my car somewhere, people be like, to get it fixed or something, they be like, let me buy this car. Sir, you cannot buy my car. Nope. But somebody told me to call my car insurance because they towed my car. And to see if they will total out my car and pay me for it. So I'm going to call my car insurance tomorrow. Because if they do that, the price value on my car is $4,000. So if the insurance company do that, I should be good. If they don't, struggle. So that's what I'll check and see. I like the lettuce. So we'll see. Anyway, y'all, good night. Take care of yourselves. And I'm human just like everybody else. I go through shit. But I'll see y'all later. And I guess when I go back to Virginia Beach, me and Baby Frida do a cooking video. I wanted to do a video with her this week, but I just have been real iffy about putting her on the channel after that asshole made that comment, because like, I don't play about my Baby Frida. So that kind of had me like, I don't know. But me and Baby Frida do a video for y'all. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, good night. I'm gonna get my mind right. I really need some alcohol. Maybe I'll go get me a twisted tea and sit in the tub and soak. That's what I do. Anyway, I love y'all. Good night. I hope everything goes better tomorrow too, honey. Or y'all gonna see me on Friday on live. That's why I'm staying in the house. Good night.